See, like I went to high ground, I pulled him into high ground. Trapped the Alari and the hog, the enemy hog. Yeah, good tree. Now we can destroy the tree. Yeah, good tree. Hello boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. Today's video is a weekly gameplay of some Lifeweaver action, the series where we show our love and support for this kind of a forgotten hero because he's not getting any love. I really hope his perks get improved at least sometime in the near future, possibly in let's just be hopeful, I guess, by next season. I hope you guys are doing well, and thank you guys for your absolutely amazing support on my recent videos. You guys have been popping off. I just hope that helped you guys reach my 1K goal ASAP. Okay, yeah, so we have great map to play Lifeweaver on because there's a lot of high ground to manipulate and to influence because, you know, most of the time you're not really going to get a diva, and most of the time diva is banned anyway, so when you get a map like that, you can mobilize your immobile tanks and teammates. So we're definitely going to put platform in key spots so our hog can access high ground, then dominate. We have a pretty good nasty support, team comp. Honestly, the hog Kiriko combo is actually disgusting. Sojourn Cassidy, and they like high ground. Everybody likes Hannah, but with the Lifeweaver edition of the Lifeweaver touch, you guys will see how disgusting it is. And they have Doomfist, so we have the tank matchup. So for now, okay, just need to survive that. Okay, somehow this got bounced off, so we gotta be careful. Alright. For now, we don't really need the high ground to let the tank walk in a little bit. Okay, at some point we're gonna have to get high ground, but not for now. Now we do need to pull this guy. Okay, unfortunately he overextended. Okay, I'm not really sure. I guess it bounced off this and backed up, so that's kind of unlucky. But Zenyatta is, you know, hit or miss. But still, Zen is always a great pick. We just need to pick really a good platform so our hog can dominate. Where's hog? Don't see him. He's already at high ground. They don't like that position because he's like really opening himself to be eaten by all the abilities. So okay, we need to pull him off high ground. Unfortunately, he doesn't want to understand it. We really need him to be off high. We can also mobilize Zenyatta. Okay, he's playing on his own, unfortunately. Okay, I don't want to abandon my Zenyatta. Let the hog do his thing. That's the Ana down, so that means we can play for a pull here. As you guys can see, I'm not really pushing with the tank. The tank can survive. It's the Zenyatta that needs to be kept alive, so... Because the Ana's, the biggest, Hog's biggest threat is dead, which is the Ana, so unfortunately he missed the high ground, so that's really on him. But we can help him here because she's discorded, so as you guys can see, as long as the Ana is dead, we took high ground, so I'm just soldier in high. I'm gonna pull the hog into him, so we help the... Okay, that's all I'm willing to take. Yeah, so far so good. We're doing really good. Whenever you have a Zenyatta, your literally main purpose is to keep the Zen alive. Like as you guys can see, like our playstyle kind of shifted from keeping the hog alive to keeping the Zen alive. Really, Zen survives in this matchup, you will win this team comp easily. Amazing transcendence. Very great hook. Okay, well, we were a little bit late with that. Okay, so far, absolutely so good. And all of that because we understood that one time when the hog kept pushing in, but we stayed in the back, maintaining our presence with the Zenyatta, keeping the Zen alive, because one of the most biggest mistakes people really make when they have Zenyatta is, especially the tank and the other support, they ignore the Zenyatta, the choke, the enemy team keeps high ground, the tank keeps playing the objective, and the Zenyatta gets caught in the map because if the Zenyatta wants to catch up with his team, he needs to literally expose himself, and the people from high ground can kill him for free. Because we did that one smart play, look how much we're being rewarded for it. Now the Zenyatta has high ground control, he has he's setting up in a very nice high groundy position. He's spamming a choke, so the enemy team is trying to pressure into, and the enemy team now is stuck with soldier. I mean, triple hit scan that doesn't even the triple hit scan that cannot access high ground, and they're, as you guys can see, like, we're doing really good. Obviously, I couldn't really pull that, but that's a pull I'm willing to take. Yeah, we're gonna go with that because there's no cleanse that we need. Yeah, I mean, the Zen will definitely drop down if he needs our help, but this guy's actually very low, so I'm gonna have to finish him off. Very great hook, honestly. Really clean gameplay from us here and everybody. And yeah, I mean, and by the way, that one also another smart play that we did. Even though, like, you're probably gonna be like, well, you AFK'd the entire time, and then the second you never pushed in, but the second you tanked when it died, you went in. No, it's about the right time. My tank, as long as the only time where you really want to, like, if you're like when you have a hog as a tank, the only really time when you'd be concerned is if there's an Ana alive. So because you want to pull him when he gets naded. But if I saw the Ana got picked up very early, so honestly, it became the responsibility of Hog's survivability kind of switched into him, because he just needs to play safe. My responsibility was now was to the Zenyatta. He kept him alive, and even though my Hog died, somebody's over there, by the way. Even though my Hog died at some point, but we as you guys can see, like, I went to high ground, I pulled him into high ground. Trapped the Alari and the Hog, the enemy Hog. Yeah, good tree. Now we can destroy the tree. Yeah, good tree. We denied the Hog reinforcements, and we trapped the Hog in with a Cassidy and a Hog. We trapped. Great hook and great pull. Yeah, that one time at the beginning of the game, if you guys remember, when I pulled my my Zenyatta into the high ground, he fell into the he couldn't get it, but you know, we got him. You know, we killed the Sojourn, even though he was alone. But yeah, that's really not gonna do much, honestly. But absolutely really clean gameplay from everybody here, and they even tried to mirror the Zenyatta. Very clean gameplay. It's like Lifeweaver is about like, honestly, it's about game sense, and because you already lack utility, and the only utility you offer is high ground control and high ground manipulation, but for that to happen, you need to have brawlers like Mei, Reaper, Hog, Zarya, stuff like that, OJQ, and you also need to have a good map that you can actually abuse and manipulate. And third, you kind of, like, if you don't have any of these things, you just cannot play Lifeweaver. But right now we have great combo with the Zenyatta, because Zenyatta has infinite utilities with a defensive ultimate, poke damage, sniper shots that can literally snipe people off the map, and of course, let's not forget one of the best abilities in the entire game in Overwatch history, honestly, the Discord, and it kind of smooths this out. I think it's my favorite support, my favorite combo with, as I mentioned in my Lifeweaver guide, is Lifeweaver Ana and Lifeweaver Zenyatta. These two are really great. Other than that, if you go Lifeweaver Moira, it really depends on the Moira. If you have a very DPS-y Moira, then yeah, it would work. But if you have a heal bot Moira, or even the balanced Moira, it wouldn't work. Kiriko with Lifeweaver doesn't work. And same thing with Juno or Mercy. Maybe Mercy depends if you have like a DPS that gets a lot of value with their pocket. Really depends on the matchup, but I'm talking about generally. Zenyatta Lifeweaver is one of the best combos to combo with Lifeweaver. And as you guys can see, we also have like the possibility of lifting up High Noon. We just didn't get to do it, so that's some pull that I'm willing to take. We need to always be aware of our Zenyatta's position. Okay, he's positioning himself on the low ground. That means he doesn't really need my help that much. So we're going to be aiming to keep our Cassidy alive. As you guys can see, this position, what I'm positioning myself in, yeah, risky, but until the enemy team actually pushes this corner, we don't really need to be afraid of anything, because I keep good LOS on the Cassidy and the tank if I need to pull him, and of course the Zenyatta, because he wants to hold low ground, which is very smart. I actually love this Zenyatta. By the way, if you're a Zenyatta player, it's a mistake to hold on high ground, because you're susceptible to being shot by almost everything in the game. game, but by holding choke and holding low ground, you deny the enemy team from pushing you, but you also prevent the enemy team from actually doing anything. And while you being able to do everything and spamming the hell out of them, obviously we're gonna drop down and keep our Zen alive. Yeah, I sacrificed my Cassidy, but Zenyatta, keeping Zen alive is the most important job to do. The Cassidy's death doesn't really matter as if Zenyatta's death. Obviously the Zendaki, but this guy is really kind of we fought that one bad, but well played by him. But he was actually playing very bad. I just didn't expect him to have his shield because he just pushed the Zenyatta like not too well ago. An arrow in my end, I definitely could have killed him. Unfortunately, that was our first death of the game. But we also now have a Genji, and Genji with Lifeweaver has good, really good synergy. There's really no... Okay, now we do have Clint, so we're gonna go with the other perk. Okay, that's a really good Fend the Hammer by our Cassidy here. We have Tree if we want to force final point, but we need to get ready. We need to be ready for a pull on the Zenyatta because he's taking an aggressive angle. Always maintain it always on. Okay, now we need to Tree on the objective to encourage our team to play the objective because it's now or never. If we give any more progress on the point, they actually will capture it. So that's one of the very scenarios where you kind of initiate with your Tree, and that was a really good reactive transcendence to the mines. Very well played by the Zenyatta. Honestly, he's the MVP of this game. Okay, a late trance on the enemy team. Okay, I thought he was pushing my Zen. I'm not gonna die, at least not by this clip. Okay, now they kind of exhausted all of their ultimates. Let me just be aware of the... I know there's a flanking soldier, but be aware of the name because I want to save my pull. Oh! Did not really think that she's going to flank for an ultimate, so that was a very badly played by the enemy soldier, and unfortunately the bad play kind of caught me off guard, but that's a pull that I'm willing to take because I don't want him to die. If he dies, it's going to be point. So far, so good. We're playing absolutely cleanly. And honestly, Lifeweaver, the thing is, Lifeweaver, he has a job, and the way for him to do his job is for you to actually give him something to do, and you do that by building a very good team comp only specifically tailored for him. And of course that Lifeweaver needs to be really good because he cannot miss any opportunities. And of course you need to also have a great map. Now they still have Diana, so we need to be careful with our pulls. We need to prioritize. Okay, now that's a pull that I'm gonna need to take for the Zenyatta. I was gonna say, yeah, that was what I wanted to do, is like be conservative on my pulls because I need to be also use it to cleanse the nade effect on my hog. But again, the Zenyatta is my top priority, and as you guys can see, I saved the Zenyatta. It's like if you guys been noticing this entire camp, it's a pattern. Every time I save my Zen, I win the fight automatically. That is how important it is to identify. Every time you have a Zenyatta and you play, you literally change your entire play style to just babysit Zenyatta. It's literally that important, and it's always a plus if your Zen is actually a great Zenyatta. Boys and girls, thank you guys for watching, and of course he is, yeah, it gets played again. He's easily, the enemy team even tried to mirror, but yeah, as you guys can see, like, I was there to keep him alive. Really well played by the Zen. The Zen will get my endorsement, but for some reason I cannot endorse it. I'm clicking endorse. But yeah, if I were to endorse somebody, it's Zen and the tank. They played really well. Boys and girls, enjoy. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like the video, enjoyed, subscribe and share with your friends if you learned anything too. And to catch you guys all into the next one. Bye.